Hello, good morning everyone. Myself, Dr. Rita Singh Rathore, and today's topic is a human resource management. So, what is a human resource management is? So, in concise way, this is a practice of managing the people to achieve better performance. Because in nowadays, in each and every organization, there is a first post which is called a human resource management, like the in short HR manager. With the meaning and the definition of the human resource management, you will get to know about the main importance, functions of the human resource management, that what actually it is and what is the depth of it. So as human resource management is a very crucial function within the all the organizations that focuses on the managing the human capital effectively, and the main purpose is to achieve the organization's goals and the objectives, like what is the main goal of the organization, that is the main role of the HR manager to achieve is for the spontaneous growth of it. But when we'll go for the definition, we have to define in a very concise way for the more clear meaning of it. So human resource management refers to the process of acquiring, developing, managing and retaining employees to contribute effectively to the organization's success. So here now we will get to know about that what are the main functions of the human resource managers, what are the main functions of the any HR of the organization. So first step is the recruitment. Recruitment and the selection will be done by the human resource manager, because he has to think about the welfare of the organization, for the growth of the organization. So for finding and hiring the right candidate for the right position, that which type of the work is required and what are the skills are there in the candidate, accordingly the HR will choose them for the welfare of the organization. And then the person will train the and the develop the skill of the chosen employee to enhance employees skills and the knowledge to improve performance, because they want bestest performance for the organization from the employee. So what is the work requirement is there, accordingly they will train the employee. Then the performance management, evaluating and appraising employees performance and providing feedback. After train them, they will give some work to do, and later on they will prepare the appraisal of employee while evaluating their skills during the work. But the HR's role is not only for the recruitment and the training, then the evaluation of the work and the appraisal. But about a part of it, he will go for the compensation and the benefits. If the candidate is really eligible and he needs some more compensation and the benefit about that will be given by the HR manager, and the designing fair and the competitive and compensation packages to motivate employee. Some employees, those are really very skilled and they are really very much devoted, accordingly to motivate them some extra packages will be given, like the incentives or something which will be given by the HR. And employer relations also, it's really matter, creating a positive work environment and addressing employee concern, because if the work environment will be very much positive, then the employee would be able to devote their skills 100% and to create very positive environment for the work, and the health and the safety of the employees, for ensuring a safe and a healthy workplace for all the employees. So you may get to know that the HR's roles is so much important, their functions are really very wide. And the talent management also, to identify and nurturing high potential employees for future leadership roles. Suppose that the 50 employees are there, then all can't be equal. So this would be the role of the HR manager to identify that those are the really very much talented persons to make them the future leader of the organization. So here, if we will try to know about the wide role of the human resource managers, so their work is really, really very wide, like the staffing, the HR planning, the person will plan accordingly, then the employee socializations also he has to care about, then the job analysis feature, then the recruitment, then the selection, then the placement, that in which department the person would be sent, like the multiple departments would be there in a one organization, only one department wouldn't be there. For onboarding and the transfer and the promotion, everything will be done by the HR manager of the organization. Then after that, the training and development part of all the employees, then the management development, then the career development, performance evaluation and the transition planning. And whenever everything is a perfect and they are performing well, then about their compensation of the employees, to motivate them for their wages and the salaries, for their job evaluation work, to prepare the appraisal, their pay and the benefits, what the extra and incentives will be given to them, and overall the discipline and the decorum of the organization, then the resource allocation, payroll, bonuses, incentives, like so wide role from the each and every corner of the organization's work will be executed by the HR manager. In the admin level also, like about the health and the safety of all the employees of the organizations, then the employees relations amongst each other, then the labor's relations and the grievances and the risk management, social security, welfare, record keeping, personal audit, like top to bottom, everything will be done by the HR manager. That person will guide to them all to do the work in a very efficient way for their care, for their benefits, for their compensation, to maintain the discipline. Everything will be done by the HR manager. If it comes in your mind that what is the importance of the HR, so while seeing the functions of the HR, you may get to know that how the important role is there in each and every organization of the HR manager. Like to enhance the organizational performance, effective HRM practices that lead to improve productivity and the efficiency. If the HR manager will not be there, then who will take the responsibility of the organization's performance and the employee satisfaction? Because on one side, the management's responsibility is there, organizational growth responsibility is there, another side, the employee's responsibility is also there in the HR shows, like the satisfied employees for more engaged and are committed to their work. So HR has to keep them satisfied. Then the retention of talent. The effective HRM reduces employees turnover and help retain valuable employees. Some employees would be very much extraordinary. Their work skills will be something different from the others. They could be motivated rather than the other employees. So think about them, like the to plan accordingly for some extra financial benefits, some like the hikes in their salaries and the promotion about the those type of the employees. This is also part of the HRM. Some so many other responsibilities are also which are done by the HR manager. Because of those all things, this is a really very important role, and the relevance of the HR is there in organization. Like if any legal compliance are there, then the HRM ensures the adherence to the labor laws and the regulations, reducing legal risk. And the organizational culture also, HRM plays a crucial role in shaping and the company's culture and the values, like to create a very positive environment for the organization, for the employees, and to maintain the values and the ethics inside the organization. Accordingly, or she has to create one culture there. The work culture is there in an organization for the employees' comfort zone. Have a look on this chart, not only the training but the pay system and the fair and the transparent for the all the employees, the information sharing and the encouragement, then the empowerment, then the employees work reward, like if they are doing very nice work, then to give them reward, then the teamwork and the team reward also will be given by the after the observation will be given by the HR. Then the employee assist in the plan change, then the work processes encourage interaction amongst the employees, then the formal performance feedback. Everything, these all are the role of the HR. That is why the HR's importance is there in the organization nowadays. Even though nowadays we can't imagine any organization in the absence of this role. While knowing that what the HRs are, what are the functions of the HR, what the importance of the HR managers in the organizations, we get to know about that what are the challenges are there in their life, in their own work areas, which they have to face for the welfare of the organization. Definitely, like the diversity and the inclusion, like the managing a diverse workforce to promote, because every human being is a different. Their work way of working is different, so it's a very difficult to manage those all things. Then the technological advancement, because the leveraging technology for the HRM processes and the data analysis. Then the globalization, because nowadays dealing with the international HRM issue is a globalized world. It's not a simple task. It's not an easy task. It's really very difficult. It's not the HR has to work out much about those all things. Then the employee engagement, like the fostering employee engagement, the motivation, because if the employees will be free in the organization, this would be the direct loss of the organization, and HR has to think every time for the gain of the organization and the spontaneous growth of the organization. Then the work-life balance, addressing work-life concern for the employee well-being. So these all are the main challenges which the every HR has to face. As everywhere the organizations are there which are the really of the different types or different type of the challenges also there according to the organization. Maybe the limitation of the technology could be there in the organization, maybe the insufficient budget would be there with the management, so the HR can't plan everything nicely. Maybe the human resources will be less, so it would be difficult. It could be difficult for the HR to manage work in the organization. Maybe the lack of the infrastructure, like the maybe the proper accommodation could not be there, maybe the proper the office area could not be developed over there. So it could be difficult for the HR managers to the manage work for the organization. Then the institutions and the policies and the solid waste management could be there. Low waste collection fee could be there. Lack of the participation in the waste segregation at the source due to the low awareness. So maybe the internal problem of the organization and the management, HR has to face multiple challenges. So challenges could be the endless, but then also the as per the role of the HR manager, or she has to every time think about the welfare of the organization while organizing work very nicely with the rest of the human beings in the organization. After knowing about the HR, their who the HRs are, what are their works, what is the importance of, what are the main challenges are. Now the last one is the trends. What are the HR trends? So here, what are the HRM trends are? HRM trends are the practices and the techniques which are used by the HR manager for the welfare of the organization, for the smooth functioning of the organization. So like the remote work, nowadays this is really very common, and after the COVID it's really very, in the practice. So embracing remote work and the flexible work arrangements are the main trend now. And then the artificial intelligence, like the AI, which you are utilizing AI for the recruitment, talent management, and HR analytics, and the employee well-being, focusing on the mental and the physical well-being of the programs. And HRs are also nowadays doing the employee experience, like they are designing a positive and a meaningful employee experience, and a gig economy, which is very common nowadays. What is the meaning of the gig economy? They are managing freelancer and the gig workers, persons along the regular employees. Some employees will be there in the permanent basis, and some employees they will hire as a freelancer to manage the economy of the organization and to maintain the quality of the work. So after the academic skill, it was the first lecture which is given to you all, which is relevant to the direct subject, which is a human resource management, because it is very common nowadays in the graduation and the post-graduation level to go for this course. Like nowadays much vacancies are there in each and every organization as a HR manager, and nowadays those organizations those have really big infrastructure, and the multiple branches are there, the MNCs are there, then a bunch of the HRs. Not only the one HR manager is sufficient for them, they have the dozens HR managers. So this way you may opt this specialization in your course whenever you are just going to pursuing like a BBA or a MBA to improve your professional skills. Thank you.